Good, get the admin done first.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Fucking start with a clean slate.
It's nice to be back.
It's very nice to have you back, mate.
Yeah.
That fucking bitch Jojo Sutherland thought she was going to take your place, but I held firm.
Yeah.
I said no.
It was quite funny to listen to you avoid the conversation of why I was off.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Because I even said when she was like, "So what's wrong with him?" I was like, "I know it's COVID."
Yeah.
But I'm going to go, I don't know, mate. Who
So
could guess? Who could guess?
Because like she was anti-lockdown and all that, but surely she knew it was a thing. You could get it.
Oh yeah, no, she wasn't
you could have just been like, he has it.
She wasn't like a COVID isn't real person.
Yeah.
She was we all know it's real, but let's just fucking crack on anyway.
I got it. So the World Health Organization announced that COVID was done. Yeah. And I got it like 2 days.
But you'd avoided it the whole.
I didn't get it for 3 years. I haven't had it.
That's crazy.
And then I got it. I think I picked up from the wedding. I was in Ireland and I got 2 people came away from that wedding with COVID, and I was one of them. That's
so like beyond bad luck, though.
Yeah.
Like to not get it when famously everybody's getting it. Some people got it. I got it twice in that.
In the lockdown?
In the 2-year window of everyone getting it, I got it twice, I believe. Maybe only once. But you fucking dodged all that.
Whole time. It's kind of annoying.
And I would be annoyed.
Because I believed I was immune.
Yeah.
I thought it was special.
Me and Jojo were going to groups.
Yeah.
She was a bit more, she felt more strongly about it.
Yeah.
I was just more, well, I haven't got it, so I maybe don't believe in it.
It was hard, man. I didn't enjoy it at all.
Oh, it sucked for me as well, to be fair.
Because it's the worst thing about being self-employed is I was then doing shows down in Manchester Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Liverpool Sunday. And on the Thursday, I was hosting. After that first section, I was out of breath, and I was like, "Fuck this, I'm fucked."
Yeah,
and like good. I'm not 100% yet. I'd say I'm like 90, but every now and then I'm like, "Whoa, bit of a puff there."
Yeah, no, that is fucked. That element of it. But who was I speaking to about this recently? And I can't remember who it was or how we even got into it. But I do find it quite funny, and I feel like we're going back. We're now back in this stage we were a few years ago. Whereas, like, if in 2019, if you phoned a comedy club that was employing you that weekend and you went, "I'm really sorry, I can't come to the gigs. I feel really tired and I've got a bit of a cough." And they'd go. That would be like a bit of a mark against your name there. Yeah. And then in that 2-year window...
Which I think is stupid. I don't think it would be a mark against your name.
Well, maybe
People are allowed to be sick.
Definitely allowed to be sick. But I think there would have still been a behaviour or attitude that, come on, mate, it's fucking stand up.
I've never phoned in sick for a gig.
Well, there you go.
Never once.
There you go.
One time for bereavement, but that was it.
Yeah. No, but if you were ill, But you probably have been ill in those times. You might have just
for sure.
you might have just chose, I'm bashing on. And then in that 2-year window, the shift to that was you would be being brave and heroic if you cancelled work then. And I feel like we're now back to that. If I phone up and went, I can't because I've got... I think people would be like, no, come on.
Well, yeah, so I was down... I did the gig on the Thursday, and then that night... I found out my son had caught COVID as well.
Ah, shit.
And we were in hospital for 2 nights. I had to come straight back from Manchester.
Fuck.
Yeah, he had COVID and bronchiolitis, high temperature, and his heart rate was high. So, 2 nights in the hospital.
Jesus. That must have been fucking terrifying.
A little bit, yeah. So I woke, I stayed up, and then, in the morning, I just got first train back home. I had to just phone them up and be like, I've got to go home. So that wasn't me phoning in sick. That was me phoning in sick because of somebody else.
My fucking kid.
Yeah. Lost a lot of wedge that weekend, so I did. And I had to stay in. There only one parent's allowed to stay overnight. So Laura did the first night and I did the second night. Yeah. Because she was just wrecked. Because it's impossible to sleep in a hospital.
Of course,
There's beeps and
holy shit, I had no idea about this.
In all, yeah.
That's fucked.
So I got 40 minutes sleep that night.
He was
just like... it was awful to see because they can't tell you.
Yeah.
He's only 4 months old. He couldn't say how he felt, but he was so hot to the touch and would cry whenever he wasn't being held. So I had to hold him most of the time.
Fuck.
And you're just like, this is the worst.
That is the worst. Is that the first big medical sort of scare that you've had with?
Apart from his birth, yeah.
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 So from birth, this is the first big one.
Yeah.
Man, because as someone that doesn't have kids, I can't imagine what that sort of fear is. That's why I don't like holding other people's children, but I'm fine with my own children.
Yeah.
I have many of them.
Yeah.
To so many women.
Right, yeah.
But I'm happy holding them because they're
Yeah,
mine. If they break,
fair
oops,
enough.
daisy. My own bad.
Get it, yeah.
You're
You're the Derek Riordan of Scottish comedy.
yeah, I really am.
Is it Derek? No, not Derek Riordan.
Lee
Griffiths is
Lee
what I'm thinking
Griffiths.
of. I've got my Hibs strikers mixed up.
Hibs. I would have went with you. Could have went Gary O'Connor.
For
I
our
would have been with you.
international listeners will no fucking clue what's going on.
What's a Derek Riordan?
Yeah.
But
See, I caught at the wedding. I had a faux pas at that wedding, which I told you about.
Right, which you haven't told me the story of.
I just told you,
dear listeners,
straight after it happened.
I cannot tell you the excitement that rushed through my body when you said, I've had an absolute howler at this wedding. Should I tell you now or wait for the pod? And I went, I think it'd be best if I wait for the pod. And you went, it is a doozy. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah.
Very, very excited.
To be honest, that was like, 2 weeks ago or something?
Yeah.
Now that there's distance, I feel like I've maybe bigged it up too much.
I don't think that's possible. Because I'm going to live it like it's in the moment. I like this. I really loved the story that you told when you're at the wedding and the guy was like, why didn't you dance? And you just made up that you were fucking an amputee.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So if it's bigger than that, I'm going to lose my shit to it. Hold on. The computer has done... We're good. The computer did just go off there.
I think... I would say it's on a par. It was just like I put my foot in a bit and upset some people.
The only foot you have as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have one foot and it was in my own mouth.
It was in my own mouth.
Yeah, I was eating it big time.
I am so excited for this. So, let's set the scene.
We're sat at the table.
You're in Ireland.
Just before we're in Ireland. Yeah, we're in Lough Erne.
Near Dublin.
No.
Near Belfast.
No. West Coast.
Near...
Lough Erne.
Inniskillen.
Inniskillen. I don't know where Inniskillen is, but it might be close.
Me neither.
Near Inniskillen.
Right, okay.
We're sat at the table, and weddings, it's a lot of people that you don't know.
Loads.
And there was a couple next to us, and we were chatting about something. I can't remember what. It was a coronation coming up and all that.
Great. Oh, the monarchies.
Yeah. Now, the important thing about the monarchy in Ireland is some people...
It's famously 50-50, that.
I would say less than.
Oh, okay.
Particularly like Southern Ireland.
Right, okay.
Some people over there despise the monarchy, and some of them love it more than anyone.
Yeah.
I would say these people fell into that camp.
Oh, no.
Because they said something to me that was, my wife is cousins with the Queen.
My wife is cousins?
They were sat at our table. He goes, my wife is cousins with the Queen. Queen Elizabeth. And I said, was.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the faux pas. They went, my wife is cousins with the Queen. And I went, well, was. And they went, what? And I went, was. She's dead. She died. She's a dead woman. You can't still be cousins with her.
Yeah.
And they were like, this is my cousin. But because it was the Queen, I thought, fair game, do you know what I mean?
Of course it's fair game.
Instead of me going, your cousin's fucking dead.
I would say because it's the Queen, you were fair game when the man said, she's cousins with the Queen. If you just went and spat on the ground, that's
I might
fair
as well
game.
have, I reckon.
That's fair game.
Yeah.
You're the Queen, baby.
Yeah.
You're in the fucking... There is no more public image to be had in Britain than the Queen.
But you know how much people love the royals and stuff.
I know.
Can you imagine how much you love them if it's your cousin?
And it's really...
And I've went... your cousin's
dead cousin, though.
Yeah. Because I fall into the anti-monarchy camp big time.
Yeah, me too. I'll have that on record.
You didn't see, I said big time and you were like, me too.
I was going to say something more grotesque. And then my brain went, nah, don't be like that. No, me too, big time. And it's been rearing its head recently, obviously, because we've had the monarchy of...
Yeah. I just think it's
Charles.
fucking disgusting that people are living below the poverty line and we're spending 40 million to put a fucking hat on some sausage-fingered cunt.
That seems to me like the logical argument. That seems to be... I can't really understand why it's not what everyone thinks. The thing that really, really, really bothers me is I can detach and I can understand why all the fucking Tory flag wavers want it. I can get that because they're not feeling this at all. So that argument,
they don't have empathy.
They don't have empathy, and it's not happening to them. So therefore, not a problem. I have seen some coverage of the news of like people from really depraved fucking working class areas who have like they're speaking on the news about how they are struggling, and they fucking camped out where they're a fucking good spot, and they've got all their fucking bunting and their little fucking tea cozies with his fucking face on it, and I'm like, you are being fucking fingered in your asshole right now by this fucking thing, and they're like, but we got a good spot in the thing. The fucking Cumberlands are right up your fucking arse now, the Richmonds, and they just don't see it, and I'm like, you are a moron.
It's cultish, and it's brainwashed the public.
Yeah, it's really, really rank. I went to a protest with fucking shout out me and MC Hammersmith. We're doing we're away in Newcastle. And we went to like a little I say little. So I didn't even know about it. It was Will that knew about it. Right. Give all the credit to him.
Quite a posh boy as well.
Well, this is the thing. I thought, I didn't expect.
He feels like he's maybe like 50th in line for the phone.
I didn't expect it from him at all. But it was the night before. We were drinking and we were speaking about it, and he went, "Yeah, I fucking hate it." And I went, "Do you? Do you now? You don't strike me as a man that would hate it." Went, fuck the rules. So against the monarchy. And I went, "Well, you know, I'm glad to hear that from someone in a fucking waistcoat."
Yes,
right
that
now.
is nice. Yeah.
So he was like, "There's a protest up in this on Granger Street on the Mound in Newcastle. I'm thinking about going. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Fuck yes!" And in my head, I'm picturing big fucking protest.
Oh no.
A march. We'll probably walk for a bit. I just want to shout, "Not my king!" I just want that moment to go, "Well, I did my bit. I shouted, not my king."
And who is your king, out of interest?
You.
Thank you.
Who's your king?
Yeah, me too.
Who is my king? My king would be Dave the Animal Batista. Would be my king.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or Hugh Jackman.
I was thinking you. I was expecting you.
It's one of those guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went. Nami was there before me, and I was like up late because fucking drunk.
Yeah.
So and he texts going,
"I'm impressed you got up and did it."
He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be real honest with you. This is the definition of underwhelming."
Right.
And then I was like, "Oh, do I even bother?" So I went up for like a bit of time, shouted, "Not my king," and then we got lunch.
How many was there?
I would guess 80.
That's not a lot.
It's not enough.
You would have gigged to
when
more
you've
people.
Booked a speaker. Yeah. Oh, we gigged to like 3 times that.
Yeah.
That evening.
Yeah.
They'd booked a speaker. He was real good. He was real angry. He got the people going.
You got them riled up?
He got them.
Were you riled?
Good and riled up. I was proper riled. But then he fucked off, and it was just 80 people. It was 80 people stood around the thing going, "We don't really know what to do here."
King.
Yeah. And I would only ever do it immediately after someone else did.
You didn't try and start one?
Nah, I'm not.
I love to start a chant.
When I'm in and around a lot of people where I can kind of hide, if not like at football, I love to.
Yeah.
At football games, I'll always be the one that'll just go, "There's something that I want you to know," and then everyone fucking kicks in. I feel brave there, but amongst 80 people,
yeah, you got to give it the beans as well, don't you? You've got to fully
really
back yourself,
and then
because if you do it half-hearted, nobody's joining in.
Yeah.
I did it at Newcastle weirdly when we went to watch Arsenal play them, and we were stood in the queue for the bar. There's loads of folk there. It's just folk like general chit chat before the game, and I got my phone out and I put it to the back of Colin's head because I was like, I'm capturing this moment. And I just went, "What do you think of Tottenham?"
Well, this is what I wanted to do. That's my
shit. What do you think of shit, Tottenham? Thank you.
That's all right. We ain't Tottenham. We ain't Tottenham.
And the feeling is the camaraderie. Nothing like it.
I message it. Out with of Liverpool. That is, without a shadow of a doubt, my favourite.
Oh wait, that's not the one I started. I just realised a different one. I started. We won the league at Shite Hart Lane.
Oh, that's all. I haven't heard that one. I'm not as familiar.
I like little insults like that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it's
White
naff.
Shirt Lane.
Oh, shite heart lane, more like.
Shite Hart
It's so shit. It's terrible insult, but folk use them all the time.
You could do Shite Shart Lane. Nah, it's too much.
Shite Shart Lane. We won the league. It's Shite Shart Lane. It just sounds like you got a lisp at that point.
Yeah, it does. It does.
We won the league.
We won the league. It's Shite Hart Lane.
I'm a Dutch guy.
But no, that because I messaged you. So when I was leaving to get back in the train from Newcastle, there was Arsenal fans everywhere right next to the train station. I was like, well,
I was still in the hospital when you were doing that.
Oh, right. Because I remember messaging you going, well, your boys are fucking up for this, let me tell you. And I was later proved right in the game. And I was like, I'm not. So I was on the other side of the road even. So I was like, it's going to be way better if it comes from distance.
Yeah.
If it's just like a passerby going to like all the alphas over there, what do you think of Tottenham? And all of them going, shit, what do you think of shit? And I've never been more, I'd message you going, God, the temptation for me now to shout, what do you think of Tottenham is strong.
Yeah, you should have, man. You'd have had fun.
Both sides of the fucking road. Oh, it would have been great.
It's quite tribal, isn't it, football?
Yeah, of course. And that chant in particular.
It's call and response.
Yeah.
There's really a great video I used to love watching. I think it was at Easter Road, so Hibs ground. Yeah. And it's Celtic fans. They're at either end of the ground.
Of course they are.
And they shout across to each other, and it's pretty cool.
That's belt.
I do. Some of the best fans, Benfica were the best fans I ever seen.
Really?
They did this thing. It was at Celtic Park, and one row would they all put their arms around each other.
Oh, yeah.
They bounce one way, and the row in front would bounce the other way. So it's like moving side to side. And they were doing the Tetris song. You know, the and they're all just going like that. And I was like, that's fucking class.
That's good.
That's sick. They're playing human Tetris. That's sick, man.
It was unbelievable. That's sick.
It's sick, man. It was cool.
Oh, don't get me wrong. That is unbelievable.
I was into it big time.
That's levels of sick that I've never even seen.
I wish I was Portuguese. That is fucking dope.
But yeah, no, it's very fucking tribal. What were we talking about before? I feel like I was actually on the cusp of saying something, and I got sucked into that.
I don't know. We were talking about. The protest you were at.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it was very underwhelming. But then my dad went on one in Edinburgh, and he said that it was like really big. They went on like a big walk, and he was like, and the fucking people grew.
Yeah, I will say though, your dad prone to hyperbole, I reckon.
What does hyperbole mean?
Exaggerating.
You're thinking of me.
Yeah, but I think you get that from him.
Do you think I get it from him? Yeah. Yeah, there was 900,000 men.
I think he's like I think a better way of putting it is he's like a cup half full, but it's more than half full. He's got a full cup. He's got 2 cups.
Yeah, but he's like,
this is great.
I'd call it a half cup. I don't want to be bloody.
It's like a witch turned a Labrador into a man.
There was definitely a better turnout than Newcastle.
Yeah, I believe that.
And you know what? And they did the right thing as well. They got it on their feet and get the people walking and get them.
Get folk joining in.
Because then you're probably more confident to be bringing people in.
It's like a conga.
You'll be shouting things. You'll feel united.
You feel compelled to join.
We were just a bunch of dicks around a monument, not knowing where to look.
Yeah. You needed a leader.
But he also said there was like a whole thing with Africans there. They were like shouting shit about Africa. And he was like,
what?
It was nothing to do. He was like, it felt like there was 2 marches.
Right.
Within one march.
What was the... African?
So like someone's going, not my king. And someone's saying something about, African rights.
Oh, right.
And he was like, we're watering down both of our messages here.
Let's do ours for a bit, then yours for a bit. We need some cohesion. It sounds like we're 2 football fans now.
Yeah.
And it could end up in
when we bob this way, boys, you need to bob that way. Otherwise it won't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as you were away doing that wedding, at that wedding in Ireland, I was on my stag do. So that's why there was no episode for that week. I'm
missing 2 stags for weddings this year.
Yeah.
It's annoying. And I've got too many weddings. I'm having to turn some down.
How many? When did you go into?
I was invited to 7.
7?
Yeah. I can't do them all.
That's too many, man.
It's like the problem with weddings is it's on the weekend as well,
and they cost.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
they're
so
not fucking cheap.
It's not like I'm not just working; I'm also losing money.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just can't do them all. There's no way.
No.
Which is shit because I would like to have went to them all.
I know because they.
Which is my way, by the way, of telling you now that I'm not going.
Yeah.
No,
for real?
No,
I was going to say. I was like, oh no, I can't be one of 7.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you mean. I've got a wedding. I'm so excited. I've got a fucking gay, fucking non-binary wedding this weekend. I am.
Oh my god, that was the beat you left there. I've got a gay coming to mine. It's going to be great. As long as they don't make fun of the flowers, I'll be all right.
I'm so excited for it because I'm in my head. It's going to be like a wedding on fucking crack.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for it.
Whose wedding's that? In fact, don't tell me. I don't want to get upset if I'm not invited.
No, you don't know them.
Okay, good. It's just your friends. So anyway,
yeah, you don't know them.
I've got my third wedding coming next week.
But they cost so fucking much money. I honestly think
it's harder with a baby as well. It's fucking tough.
Yeah. I would imagine. Well, not that I imagine. I have 9. Remember?
Yeah, of course. It's like you can't. You've got to be sober for them and stuff. That wedding in Ireland, I don't know what happened. I was fine. I'm a good drinker normally.
Was Arlo with you at that wedding?
Yeah, we had a babysitter up until a point, but then there was something. I don't know what happened. It was like Dr. Jekyll, man.
Fresh air?
No, I didn't went outside, but I just remember sat at a table quite happy, just watching folk dance. I'm not a big dancer, but I was watching folk dancing.
Not many amputees are, you know.
Yeah, that's true. If there's a conga, I can't do it. I've got a bad foot. And then I don't remember anything. I woke up in bed and I was like, what the fuck happened?
No, it can't have been that.
It was that, yeah.
It can't have been...
It felt like I was spiked.
That might be a spike.
No, I don't think. Not a wedding. Surely not.
I mean...
But I don't remember anything.
Men.
And, like, I didn't wake up for the baby in the night. Laura had to deal with it because I was just a mess.
Crazy. Because I thought you were going to say, I thought I was like, fine, corpus mentis. Is that the phrase? I panicked, keep going, move past it. And then the next I was like, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like you can't even remember.
I don't remember.
That.
Laura said I was in bed spitting on the bed. I was just going...
That is class.
And I was like, what the fuck?
I love that, by the way.
I have no recollection of even getting
I feel like that's
to
the
bed.
sort of thing, if I said to you, you'd be like, you oaf. But when you say it to me, I'm like, I fucking love that. Because I've spat in beds.
Have you?
Plenty.
Oh, gross.
Plenty.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
on the floor as well, from the bed. I
woke up in the morning, I was like, what the fuck? And Laura was like, yeah, I don't know what happened. And she was angry, obviously.
Well, not obviously. If you've been spiked, baby.
I can't have been spiked.
You might. Hey, as your lawyer, you fucking might have been spiked.
Who spikes somebody at a wedding?
Men.
I don't think so. I really don't. I think there was a point where I did a Jaeger bomb. Right now in Ireland, they don't have measures; they just pour.
Yeah.
This Jaeger bomb came in a tall glass, and I didn't clock it at the time, but looking back, the color of the glass, it looked like a vodka Coke.
Oh wow, that's not the...
And I necked it, and it was strong, I remember. Yeah, and I think that's just what's sent me to do lally.
The worst hangover I've ever had was when you, me, Robin, Kai, Sloss, and I want to say someone else, but I don't know. We're doing...
Ellis, maybe?
Maybe Ellis. It was in Banshee Labyrinth. It was like when we were doing the... comedians watching bad films or something like that.
Oh yes, Rich Masara's gig.
And there was a fucking bottle of Jaeger going around.
You would pass it around.
Just fucking necking the Jaeger straight at the ball. That next day, genuinely that was a bad.
That was a great show, actually.
Yeah, great show.
Good fun. What was the movie? Do you remember? Was it Troll 2?
Did I not tell you about the bottle of Jaeger that we're drinking?
Yeah.
I don't remember the movie.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
There was one.
Jaws 4.
I want to say, is it Troll? There's a movie. I think it's either Troll 2 or Leprechaun 2. And there isn't a first one.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's a bad movie.
Let's start the series at Leprechaun 2.
And it's Jennifer Aniston's first movie.
No.
Yeah. No. And it's a bad horror. It's very good.
Sounds class.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love all those little fucking shit niche horror films. Where it's like sometimes it's they're two scary horror things that are coming against each other. So you've got like a giant octopus versus...
Oh, you like those ones?
Yeah.
I think that's called kaiju, isn't it? It's like when it's two large monsters that fight.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They get real hard.
I don't particularly enjoy those. Nah. They're good fun, I guess.
Well, that's it.
You got to go in.
I'm not watching it going, did Spielberg do this? I'm watching it because two big things.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I like that in wrestling as well. People would always like I couldn't understand why people quite like the high flyers. And like the technical, like Rey Mysterio.
I loved Rey Mysterio. He's the best one.
And I would always look at, but Khali and Big Show, just get two big men and have them slowly run into each other and just punch. I was like, that's way more entertaining. But people were like, no, the more technical.
Rey Mysterio jumping through the ropes and shit.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty sick.
People were like, if you got Rey Mysterio and like Jeff Hardy, that would be the best. And I'd be like, nah, Batista in the galley.
Yeah,
just two big sweaty men
just going at it.
Yeah,
hammer and tongs.
Start
kissing. Take your shirts off.
I wouldn't be against
your shirts
it.
are normally off.
No, everything's off.
Yeah,
everything's off.
No rules.
And they're all oiled up as well.
They are, yeah.
Shiny thighs.
So, anyway,
what happened to me there?
I don't know.
I did a you at the win.
That's it.
One minute I was speaking about wins, the next minute I'm thinking about Batista's thighs.
Yeah. So yeah, it's this next wedding. I'm very conscious. I don't want to get like that again. I'm a dad. I've got somebody to look after. Because that's the thing. The baby's there the whole time.
If the baby's there, you are fairly.
Yeah. He's too young to go live with, be with somebody overnight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's too reliant on stuff.
Yeah. So
he couldn't go to a grandparents.
Yeah, there's a responsibility there.
Yeah.
That's just a real shame.
So I've got to behave. You can still have fun. You just got to behave. Life has changed very slightly.
Yeah, of course.
Man, he's still pretty sick. I've not slept very well the last week. He coughs all through the night and he gets so sad.
He gets
so sad. Yeah, and it's horrible. Just watching proper little tears going down.
Oh no, I couldn't deal with that. Couldn't deal with that.
But then in the morning he's all happy-go-lucky again. He's quite a happy guy.
Real bipolar.
I was singing
babies.
football songs to him. In fact, were we watching Arsenal Newcastle? I think we were. And I was thinking we've got Super Mick Arteta, and he was laughing his head off.
Really?
He was like, we do.
And
then I sang the Scott McTominay song to him.
Yeah.
Because that's Laura's favourite football chant.
Really?
I don't know. We sang it in Altitude one year. So the song for any listeners is Scott McTominay. I love him till my heart breaks. He loves the Tartan army. He turned the English down. Scott McTominay. Anyway, the baby thought this was the best. He's like, he turned them down. What a guy. I said, yeah, he's a goal machine for Scotland.
Like the best. Yeah,
he's a goal machine for Scotland, Arlo.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. I like that when... This is going to sound like a horribly sexist thing to say, but let's strap on
Let's be the straight white men podcast we set out to be.
I find it so genuinely entertaining how much Ailey gave a fuck about Liverpool players, Klopp.
When you started?
When we first went out,
Yeah.
She knew everything.
Yeah.
She would watch the games with me. She'd say things. I'd be like, you're
funny.
making my heart fly right now.
And she tricked you. You're married now.
And now it's like actively annoyed if I'm like, do you want to watch the game? Why the fuck would I want to watch the game?
Yeah.
Because
Laura lost interest
remember what we used to have.
Laura lost interest in Arsenal when Giroud left.
Yeah. It does often line itself up with
incredibly handsome man.
Yeah. Although again, I'm like pushing men on her, going, fancy him.
Yeah.
I do not understand.
I hate Fabio.
I do not understand why she doesn't. She says she doesn't. She says she doesn't find Thiago attractive. And I went, you're blind.
Let me have a look at
you
Thiago
blind?
Right now.
She says it's Alison Becker, but terrible skin.
Oh, hang on.
Thiago Alcantara. Oh my, what a
I disagree with you.
Tasty dish. What?
He looks like he'd fucking fleece you.
What? That's racist.
Is it?
No.
I just think he's an untrustworthy face.
Because he's Spanish. Wow.
He's Spanish?
Yeah.
All right.
No, come on. Get a flattering photo up.
A flat? I'm just looking at the photos of the man.
Oh, he's very handsome.
Even he's like, you think I'm fan?
Yeah, he's like,
you think
me?
I'm handsome?
No, I think Thiago's incredibly attractive.
He's got a Vin Diesel vibe. A little bit.
Well, come on.
Vin Diesel has the funniest voice in the world, I think. It's incredible he's a movie star. It's sort of high-pitched and sort of deep at the same time.
I've always thought of it as a squeaky voice.
It's like a Muppet's voice.
Yeah, but it is like... That's not it.
It's all about family.
Yeah, it is like a squeaky deep voice.
It's all about family.
How does he get it squeaky but deep?
Let's race.
No, hold on. Who are you doing? You're doing...
Let's race. I'm Vin Diesel. Yeah.
No,
that's him. That's him.
No,
that's it.
Not.
Let's race, baby. Family.
No, what? No, it's bubbly. It's creepy.
It's got to be bubbly the way I do it. But that's the tone.
Right, do one more time.
Family. We're family, buddy.
No, you sound like you're doing Mickey Mouse or something.
No, Mickey's like that.
Okay, who are you doing? You're doing someone else superbly, but it's not Vin Diesel.
It's Vin Diesel.
It's
baby.
not Vin Diesel.
Fast and the Furious 11, 12, 13. Family.
Who is it?
Family.
You just always keep going back to. I'll go back to the
I'm
old
going to
trusty.
divert this rocket with my hands. Family.
Oh no, that wasn't bad.
See?
No, that wasn't
I'm
bad.
getting rid of the bubbles a little bit.
Here's the test.
Okay.
Say I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I did Groot there, though. I had Groot in my head.
I am Groot.
And wait, hang on. He is.
Phenomenal.
Vin Diesel is Groot.
Yeah.
There we go. Fucking. I was like, no, different person.
I was like, I'm giving you
I
it.
am Groot.
Yeah, perfect.
Vin Diesel. Let's rest, baby.
Say I am Groot family.
I am Groot family.
Funny.
I went to a wedding in Ireland. And I said the Queen's dead, baby.
And then her cousin started to
Then
cry.
my cousin started fucking me. Because I'm Vin Diesel, baby.
Gay, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Hmm.
Heavily rumoured, I think.
Perhaps.
Definitely.
Definitely. Heavily rumoured. He's definitely gay. You've went for that. Maybe. I don't know. I nearly brought up a sad thing, and I'm going to move on. What else was there to talk about?
So on my... you
get married soon,
bro. So on my stag...
Oh, yes.
The one
Let's talk
funny
about that.
thing that did happen...
I fucking love a stag. I thrive on one.
yeah.
If I was spitting in the bed on a stag, legend.
Yeah, oh, totally.
I got
totally.
it all mixed
And it
up.
was... it really lined itself up for that sort of behaviour. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Toxic.
Picture army barrack, like, bunk beds.
No, I've been there for a stag before.
Really?
Yes.
There you
So I know
go.
exactly what it's like.
Yeah. So, like,
Like school,
most of us
like,
were in this
trip
one room.
dormitory
Yes,
sort of thing.
it is, yes. So most of us are in this one room. So, like, in the morning, it is that sort of, like, that...
I wonder if you were in the exact same one. Was there a downstairs where there was a living room?
Yeah.
Do you know
No,
what?
there
Do you know what's
wasn't.
maybe do you know what's maybe happened?
What?
We found that day two. We thought it was a cupboard. We opened up. There was a downstairs with a huge like cinema room and couches and stuff.
No, this is a lie.
I swear to God, we found it day two.
Move them...
Somebody came, right? Somebody came. We were sat out in the garden. There was like a little fire pit thing.
Right, this is a testament to our friendship. This is a
I'm
testament.
telling you 100% the truth.
It's a testament to our friendship.
Uh-huh.
I can now read you,
Okay.
and I can tell that this is very fun.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie at
Anecdote-
all.
I don't trust
100%
you.
it's
I
not,
don't
right?
trust you on this.
100% it's not. We were sat outside, most of us. There was
Yeah.
like a little inflatable, what do you call it, jacuzzi thing.
Yeah, that was it.
And it was a fire pit.
Yeah, that
We were all
was
sat out there, as we had done the whole previous day.
Yep.
One of the people on the stag comes running and goes, guys, everyone follow me. We go to the kitchen. We open what we thought was just a cupboard in the kitchen, and there's a downstairs huge living room. And we were like, what the fuck?
Okay, I have one question and one question only,
Yeah.
because I'm having contrasting views now. Because you've told me you're not lying, and any other time I've kind of caught you in this sort of similar play,
I'd crack straight away.
you crack straight away.
I'm telling the truth.
And you're seeming strong, and you're saying this as speaking the truth, and it could be true because you've mentioned other little truthful details that I'm now like, yeah, well, this is it. I have one question and one question only, Mr. Waugh. If you pass this test,
Okay.
I will fully be with you and believe you. Why wouldn't you tell us at the time so we could enjoy that room?
It just didn't come up in my mind.
Slips your mind.
Yeah. I thought we found it, but we thought we were idiots. But I reckon that's what's happened.
I don't... Can we do a would I lie to you thing?
Yeah.
Where you have to be honest and actually...
I'll phone somebody that was on the stag and ask
go,
them.
bring... I'm genuinely telling a lie or true. Because...
Do you want me to phone Daniel right now?
Daniel who?
It's lost.
Was he there?
It was his stag. It was his home stag.
He went to fucking
Loch
Borland at Loch Tay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. With like all his schoolmates and stuff.
Oh my god, right, okay, well if he was staying in...
He
Do you
might not answer. He didn't like phone calls.
Do you remember what... just text him and hopefully it comes up.
Hang on,
the
I've got the group chat. Maybe there's photos of it.
Can you remember the name of the accommodation? Because there's a few different accommodations.
Yeah. Hang on, look.
Because I really wanted the farmhouse. That's the
Well,
one
I think that's
wanted.
maybe the one we had.
But we ended up getting 2 Kier Book 2. One for my dad and Ailey's stepdad and Liam and Kier, and then the other one for the rest of us. So we were actually staying in the cabin.
Borland Lochte.
Can't believe that's also where Sloss did his.
Yeah, hang on. There'll be photos. I reckon. Because there's
It was class though.
Can't see it.
I don't think it could have been ours because the kitchen was kind of small.
The kitchen was tiny.
Oh my god.
This feels like something we could maybe do off pod. I don't know how entertaining this is anymore.
Very true. I actually forgot we were podcasting.
Yeah.
But so I'll tell you the one. So I had a wonderful time, and it was a lot of laughs, and we played a lot of fucking daft games, and it was great. I had a wicked time. My favourite moment. So my friend Ryan McQueen.
We were in the barn. It looks like because I can see the barn in the background.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, no, we were the cabin.
Right.
My friend Ryan McQueen does
full name.
Yeah. Listens, big listener of the podcast. He loves it.
Right.
So he'll be right now getting off
top
on
G?
This. I think he's on the Patreon, but I don't know if he's a top G.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So not that big.
Yeah. Not the biggest, no. He was there, and Ryan is to a fucking
fault.
I was going to say to a man. Do you know the expression to a man?
Yes, but I don't think you're using it correctly.
Yeah. Well, I said it to Gus recently. He went, you can't just be making up phrases. And I was like, no, to a man is a phrase.
Yeah.
So I said, the stag was to a man, perfect. That makes sense.
Yes, it does, yes.
And Gus was like, you got to make shit up. And I was like, I'm not fucking making shit up.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Anyway, so it was great. But McQueen is quite reserved, quite quiet. He's got a fucking... he's just a fucking good kind of standard but fairly quiet dude. But when this guy gets a chance,
he takes it
to go outside of himself and live on the other side, he fucking commits.
Great, embraces it.
He's like in the group chat going, I'm gonna get fucking pissed, and I'm like, yes,
yeah.
That's because drunk McQueen is the best. So he's there and he's like drinking his beer and he's like, oh no, I'm having a good time, and I'm like, it's coming.
Yeah.
I could feel it bubbling. And then I honestly remember speaking to him like before dinner was the last time I spoke to him, and he was like trying to set up like the darts tournament we were gonna have or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next time I'm outside vaping or having a cigarette, and I just hear this voice just walk past me, like the definition of too close. And he just comes up to me and goes, I'm gonna get my fucking balls out. And I was like, oh, there he is, easier. And then he's just like the fucking most drunk man I've seen, and he's stumbling, he's like retching. I was like, mate, if you're gonna fucking spew, you need to leave the
go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go to the I didn't even suggest bathroom. I was like, we're outside. Outside is fine, but just do it in the grassed bit. But the grassed bit is on a incline.
Yes.
So he gets up to it and he stood on a rock and he's like wobbling about and he's like, I'm going to get my fucking balls out. And I'm like, how you do it, buddy? But
if he vomits on his balls, I'm going to lose my mind.
He doesn't vomit on his balls.
Okay.
What I should say about Ryan is he's literally just...
I can't think of anything, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry?
That would epitomise the essence of a stag do more than somebody vomiting on his own balls.
Yeah, it would be.
That would be, that's it.
That would capture.
If anybody goes, what's the stag do in the UK like? There you go. That's the whole weekend, but spread out. That essence of that moment, over a weekend.
So Ryan has literally just, I think the week before, got over a very, very bad and very serious
case of hemorrhoids.
He fractured his arm in three
Oh, right. I thought you were going to
places.
say relationship.
You know, imagine hemorrhoids, marriage, and yeah, it would have been bad. No, he fractured his arm in 3 places.
Oh wow!
Fucking a car whizzed by him on the motorway. He was like, because he works for Arnold Clark or something.
Yeah,
and it fucking
clipped him.
Yeah,
fucking
the
hell.
Windshield, the wing mirror.
Wing mirror, yeah.
Yeah,
windshield. You don't get clipped by one of them.
No.
You're very much up and over the car at that point, dead.
Yeah, the wing mirror fucking clipped his arm
Fucking
on the
hell.
motorway. He was like, if I'd step back,
Hey,
just
dead.
an inch more, I'm dead.
Did the car stop?
No, kept fucking pinging.
Fucking hell.
pinging. Yeah.
Did he get the reg of that? I did.
No.
This is again. I'm
Yeah.
very much forgetting him on a podcast and just having a chat.
But so he's literally just recovered from that.
Shit.
Like the week before. He stood on this fucking rock. I'm going to get my fucking balls out. Takes one wrong foot, slips, lands entirely on that arm.
Yeah.
And then his fucking arse and then ribs. And the next day, so that night he drinks it off and he's like, fucking what laugh.
Yeah.
The next day he's like, I've definitely fractured all of this arm again.
No.
And I've definitely fucked up my ribs. So the next 2 days or whatever after fucking, I messaged him just going, oh hey buddy, how's your fucking arm? And he's like, yeah, fractured and so are my ribs.
Oh god.
And I was like, yeah, but he did it right, man. He did it right. He got
God.
fucking he was so reckless. And I love him for it.
Just the way he was so reckless.
He was
yeah,
so
of course,
reckless.
that's what happens.
Yeah, it's great. He really just fucking committed like fuck. That first night, he was just, I'm going rogue.
Yeah, he went rogue, broke his arm again.
Oh, yeah.
That arm's going to be so fucked when he's older now.
Yeah.
What an old man I am. What an old man I am. I turned old. Did you see me get old there?
Yeah, I did. Great
in
hairs.
front of your eyes.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I'm just going to give him trouble later on, I'll tell you. What a silly boy. Fucking dad mode, full on.
Right, shall we do personal cues?
Yeah, that's we're at 40 minutes, aren't we?
How have you been timing? Have you been timing?
No.
You have.
I know in my head.
Show me that fucking laptop. Oh my god, there's nothing there for the audio listeners. How do you know that was? It was almost exactly.
I can tell,
watch.
You just think about how you're on stage. I've got my watch on, but
Oh
it's
my
just
god,
the
that's
time.
crazy. Like how you're on stage.
You kind of know how long you've been on, right? I've got a good internal clock.
I definitely don't.
Or what maybe happened was I looked and thought it was 10:02 when we started recording. It's now past.
There you go. That'll do it. It'll be that, won't it? It'll be that.
Oh, sorry to ruin the magic for you.
So that thing with the barn's true, huh? Fucking hell.
100% true.
Mad.
I reckon there probably was one in your room, your place as well. I really do. Because you can't just sit outside the whole time, do you know what I mean? You've got to have a living room.
Oh god, I think I've done these ones. Flashback to episode 1.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that wank again.
What is the most unfortunate place where you've crapped your pants? I've only done it once. It was at altitude. First night. First night. Standing outside having a cigarette. Trusted a fart. Did not fart.
You know what's so funny to you about that? Is literally in the last episode, Jojo took forever to find a card that she thought was applicable.
Yeah, I listened, yeah.
And straight away, you've just taken a card. It's only crap myself. How it happened once altitude.
You've just got to answer them. She was like, "Oh, that's a rubbish one."
Yeah,
just answer it.
Yeah,
moist crotch.
Fully agree. It was also again made better because you'd answered that question recently.
Yeah. The other one I've got is, what are you most ashamed of a parent catching you doing? I don't think I would like either parent to see me do a line of cocaine.
Yeah, that would be bad. I'd rather.
I feel like they would be so disappointed. They know I have done.
Yeah.
But to watch me go, so can you look after the kids?
Witness.
Yes or no?
Granny and Grandad need to look after the boy. Yeah.
Because I am too high. I've got too much cocaine.
I guess, honestly, you're right. I think it is something like, because I think people's instinct would go to wank or sex.
Yeah.
It's like, no, there was actually.
I think the embarrassment and shame I would see in their eyes would be crushing.
Yeah, and it's actually, you don't even, embarrassment, you can, it's your mum and dad.
Yeah.
You can get past embarrassment. My balls, mum, don't look. You can get past that.
Those are my no-no bits.
You can. Please tell me you refer to them as your no bits.
Of course I do.
That's outstanding.
That's the scientific term.
I love that. I really love that.
That's the first time I've ever said that.
I really enjoy it. You should please from now on.
Do
and
it.
I'm talking about in every scenario.
Yeah.
Laura, you don't fancy jumping on the old no bits, do you?
Doctor, I've got a bit of a problem with no bits.
Yes, you do.
Doctor, don't join in. Please have some decorum.
What is the worst tattoo you could imagine having inked onto your buttocks? Now, I can imagine this only because I heard that this happened to someone recently, and I thought that's fucking immense. So there's a guy, I won't say his name in case he doesn't want it out, but he also might.
Right.
But I won't say his name. There's a guy that works at the Stand Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And he was telling me a very funny story of when he was working at Hive.
Right.
him and like a bunch of other new starts and the other staff members at Hive, one year, I think during the festival, had this fucking hilarious idea that they would all get each other's names tattooed on their ass.
Right.
So they're all going to go in and get the fucking, just a list of names tattooed on their ass. So he goes in, he's getting his fucking tattoo done, he's having a good old laugh, and he clocks into his shift that night, and he fucking goes, hey, look, find your name and tick it off, right? Or whatever. No one else
Oh my god.
got it done. And he was like, so it's just me walking around with fucking 9 names. He's like, I've not seen it. Like, I was like, I've not seen any of them in like 10 years.
And he's got all their names on his
He's
arse.
got all their first names tattooed on their arm.
That's bad.
And
People used to always joke about getting a B on each cheek, so when you bend over it says Bob.
Yeah.
That was a joke for a long time when I was a kid. I think the most embarrassing tattoo to get on your arse would be yum 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 fill me become.
I mean, boys have at would be up there. Boys have at would be up there.
Swastika.
Genuinely, do you know how anywhere? Not great, is it?
No.
Not great anywhere. Face would be the worst.
Yeah.
Because then just every person you meet.
Can you imagine the confidence the amount of Nazis that have probably had to get that removed? The confidence to go, yeah, no, I want this. And they're like, okay.
How do you find the person that's willing to do it?
Yeah, I'd imagine if you roll in those circles, you probably know them.
Yeah.
I reckon there'll be one in there that dabbles in tattooing.
Exactly. You're right. You're probably right. It's like little fucking...
You can find people to do it in jail, Gareth. I reckon you can find...
What's that called again?
I don't know.
Little club.
What?
In Brent.
I don't know. I don't
Little
know.
club. The Stand fucking perform there. Newtown Theatre. What are they called again? Masons. 3 Masons.
Freemasons.
Not the 3 Masons.
The Freemasons.
There's 3 of them, isn't there? Masons. Mason stayed. He's one.
Yeah. Mason Mount.
Yeah. and
What's the third one? We've got to do it.
Mason Derulo. No. Mason Derulo.
Oh, that's superb.
And if you could change one thing about your genitals, what would it be? Bigger.
Bingo! That's all, folks. Please join us on Patreon. It's £3 a month. You can support the podcast. That's the best way to do it. And, it's the cost of a coffee for 1 month. And you get 4 episodes bonus, usually. So thank you for listening. Cheerio. Bye-bye.